woke up this morning, I suddenly realized we're all in this together. I started smiling, 'cause you were smiling, and we're all in this together. I'm made of atoms, you're made of atoms, and we're all in this together. And long division just doesn't matter, 'cause we're all in this together. Yeah. I saw you walking in the city, we're all in this together. The city's changing, 'cause we are changing, and we're all in this together. Every 12 seconds, someone remembers that we're all in this together. In the kitchen of your rent control apartment, we're all in this together. Come on, baby, I don't mean to rush you. I only wanted to reach out and touch you. I've got to start to open my heart. I know you think about jumping ship before it sinks, but we are all in this together. Ask a scientist, it's quantum physics, we are all in this together. And on the subway, we feel like strangers, but we're all in this together. Yeah, I love you, and you love her, and she loves him, but we are all in this together. You know, baby, there's never been protection.
susunod na programa ay rated G. Ito ay pwede sa lahat ng manonood.
Magandang gabi, kapamilya. Sa namang gabing puno ng makabuluhang kwento, ang aming tampok sa inyong mga malugod naming taga-subaybay. Kwentong tiyak na kukurot sa inyong mga puso at magsisilbing inspirasyon na huhubog sa inyong pagkatao. Ako po si Chacha Santos Concho at ito ang Maalaala Mo Kaya Marathon Special. Kasabay ng pagdiriwang ng World Teachers Day, ngayong araw, aming bibita ang mga natatanging guro na pinakitaan ng galing at dedikasyon sa kanilang propesyong sinumpaan. Ating alamin ang kanilang mga pinagdaanan sa buhay hanggang sa marating nila ang ruro ng tagumpay. Hindi lubos akalain ni Maria Ginda Roman Ventimilla na siya ay magiging isang guro. Electrical Engineering ang unang kursong kanyang kinuha sa Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Hindi naglaon, pinauwi siya sa lalawigan ng Pangasinan sa takot ng kanyang mga magulang na ito ay maging isang aktivista. At nakapagtapos siya ng Bachelor of Arts in English sa University of Luzon taong 1991. Nagtrabaho bilang isang college instructor noong 1987 hanggang 1993. At nag-umpisang tagapagbigay kaalaman sa pampublikong paaralang sekundarya noong taong 1993. Natapos niya ang kanyang master degree at doctor degree sa Lyceum Northwestern University taong 1998 at 2001. Sa kasalukuyan, siya ay nanunungkulan bilang Principal 4 sa mataas na paaralan ng Bunuan Bukid sa lungsod ng Dagupan at aktibong textbook evaluator ng kagawaran ng edukasyon sa bansa.
And perhaps it didn't come to my mind that I would be in the field of education. My first course is Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering at TUP, Santa Mesa. But then my grandfather thought that I would be an activist, so we asked my mother to send me home. And from here, I didn't have any other alternative because when I took up electrical engineering here, I didn't quite like it. So no choice. I have to go to a certain course where my interest would be at least okay. So I took up Bachelor of Arts. It's so simple. My educational philosophy has always been to make a lifelong learning experience for everyone. I mean, we don't learn just now, just when we were young, but even as you grow older, you make learning as your lifelong experience, and you have to enhance it each year. I am. All the time I am. You see, in these times where you have to decide, it's better to have decided on something and ventured on something because there are two choices. It's either you succeed or you fail. But if you wouldn't try and venture on it, you will not expect anything, right? So it's better to be a risk taker. And to me, it's a gift. When they wanted to crush my own principles. My very first time in the public schools, I felt like giving up. force. The word force is not the right term. Perhaps we can do something to let them learn and let them be interested to learn. Might be that we try to discipline them and give them some what do you call it, sanctions or disciplinary measures. But it's not enough to say that you are forcing them. You must make them feel that you're doing it because it's for them, it's not for you as a teacher. The greatest strength I have is I go for what I want to happen. I'm not afraid to plunge into anything, and when I feel it's the truth, even if you aim a gun on me, I will not still stop saying, ganun ako, what you see is what you get. Siguro, ang pinaka-weakness ko is more on the soft side of me. I easily get emotional when I am confronted with situations na talaga yung may soft spot sa heart. I easily cry. At saka, yun nga, ang weakness ko siguro is don't make me cry. Kasi if I cry, galit na rin ako. Yung iba na, gano'n. So, yung gano'n. Yun siguro yung weakness ko. Actually, an ideal school is when all of the students are really having that dream to be somebody someday, and they would feel that the school is really their home away from home, and that they would feel so secure, and they would feel that this is like an enjoyable place where they can learn so much. Well, that's the kind of school I'm trying to envision. Something that's so friendly to students and teachers, and even to other stakeholders like the parents, the community. If they flock together here because they feel that the school is one place they are safe, they are happy, they are interested, and that's the kind of school I like to envision. The very first thing you should do in order to really fully implement something is do it first yourself. Meaning, if you have something in mind like, oh, okay, we want waste management, we want waste segregation in place. Before I do that and check out the other offices and other classrooms, I have to do it myself in my own room. Do you see my trash bins there? I do that. I also let the checker check our trash bins. And we involved everyone. Nobody is exempted. Like, for example, we have a policy on segregation that if you fail the first time, okay, to meet up with the rules and the policies, first offense is the entire class will have a school service. School service in the form of cleaning, whatever they can do to help in the school. The second time, they will be with their teachers. The teacher in charge, where the time it was checked that they are not following waste segregation. The third, whoever is the teacher in charge, the department head of that teacher will also be a part of the school service. So kung maglilinis ang estudyante, pati yung teacher, pati na yung department head, kasali na. Maglilinis din. Kaya nga, yun yung sinasabi ko, if you want to do something and impose it upon yourself first. And then, the rest will follow. Kasi, di ba, alam naman na, susunod ako sa'yo, ikaw mismo hindi ka marunong sumunod. So, a good leader must be a good follower first. Well, at the very outset, what I usually do is to orient them exactly on the policies of the class. I involve both students and the parents. And I see to it that these policies are implemented. So, hindi to yung sinasabi na yung takutin mo sila sa umpisa. Not that. Maging maliwanag lang sa umpisa. Make it very, very clear, and that's it. Parehas naman kaming susunod lahat. So, it's a class policy. important because you are not the sole, what do you call this, source of learning. In fact, the more you teach, the students, the more you should learn a lot of things. In fact, in this modern life, baka mas marami nang alam yung estudyante kaysa sa'yo kung hindi ka mag-aaral ng gusto. That's why your professional development is something that you should not stop. Okay? You have to dwell with it. The reason why last week we were out, it was a professional development again. We were in Tagaytay for an instructional leadership supervision training. So, it's like that. We never cease. Even if you are already retired, I guess, you never cease to learn because if that's the course or the profession rather, I would like to believe that this is a kind of profession. But if you start it off, there's no end to it anymore. Wala yung kung siguro yung mga iba, ayoko na maging doktor. Baka pwede pa yun. Pero yung ayoko na maging teacher, parang masakit pakinggan. Once you're a teacher, then you engage yourself being a teacher all throughout. Forever a teacher. Well, there are many problems cropping up, such as bullying is one big problem. But the way I see it, based on my own experience, I saw to it that I would try to get on the profile of the bully. And more often than not, this bullying thing that happens, yung ginagawa ng mga bata ito, kasi kulang sila sa pansin. For quite some time, nakita ko na sila yung either ang isa sa magulang nila hindi present sa bahay. Maaaring nasa abroad, maaaring nagtatrabaho sa malayo. Sila ay hindi nabibigyan ng tamang discipline or pagmamahal or whatever it is. Wala silang attention na nakukuha masyado. So, I think, yung sa bullying, kailangan ng pag-aralan, yung batang nang bubuli, ano talaga ang problema niya? Kasi may problema siya. Kasi kapag na-solve mo yung problema niya, solve na rin yung bullying, mawawala na yun. So, dapat siya unahin. Pag-aralan. When you, as promising educators of the future, ang pinaka-importante talaga is the love and passion for teaching. You can never say you can be a good educator unless you put that into your heart and mind. Meron ka mang brain, if you don't have the heart for it, it's useless. Because, to me, you give more service rather than what you gain in return. Parang, kung gusto mo yumaman, do not be an educator. Pero kung gusto mo magkaroon ng fulfillment at kasiyahan sa buhay mo dahil marami kang natulungan na naging doktor, naging abogado, naging teacher, naging nurse, yun, kung simpleng kaligayahan na gano'n ang kailangan mo, you can be an educator. And as of now, while hindi pa kayo pumapasok sa service, dapat maisip niyo na yan. Are you for it? Are you in it? Because if you're not, then huwag yung pilitin. Kasi ang pagiging educator talaga is something na ibibigay mo pati nga yung time para sa pamilya mo, binibigay mo. Diba? For your personal gain, wala na lahat. When you become an educator, the first test of you being an educator are your kids. If you can show the people that you have taught your kids well, then you have the right to teach the kids of others. Siyempre naman, because charity begins at home. Bahay muna bago sa labas, diba? So if you have taught your kids well, they display the things that are parang typical of a well-mannered, diba, or well-disciplined na anak, then would rather tell you na, naging principal ka pa, ganyan din yung mga anak mo. So yun importante. Or kahit simple teacher. Sino ka? Anong karapatan mong disiplinahin at turuan ng ibang bata? kung ang sarili mong pamilya, sarili mong anak, hindi mo kaya. Yun yung point. So start from there, and all things will be, coming into play. And of course, invoke the Lord always. We always have to start it off with a prayer because it's not easy to be an educator. I'm telling you. It's not easy. It's painstaking. It's sacrificial. Nandun na lahat. Pero it's fulfilling when you do it.
Consistent honor students ang susunod nating tampok na guro. Si Marisa Oviedo Perez ay nagtapos bilang class valedictorian sa elementarya at sekundarya sa University of Pangasinan. Kumuha siya ng Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering taong 1985. Taong 1988, nang magdesisyon siyang kumuha ng Bachelor in Elementary Education sa Luzon Colleges at naipasa ang Licensure Examination for Teachers noong 1991. Sa kaparehong taon, nagsimulang magturo bilang Teacher 1 hanggang ma-promote bilang Principal noong 2004. Natapos niya ang kanyang Master Degree at Doctor Degree sa Lyceum Northwestern University taong 2004 at 2007. Sa kasalukuyan, siya ay nanunungkulan sa Kagawaran ng Edukasyon bilang Division Supervisor ng lungsod ng Dagupan.
Actually, my first course is civil engineering, but I was not lucky enough. So, after graduating at University of Luzon, I decided to take up education. Pinili na rin ako by that time. Siyempre, employment, very, pag merit ka na. So, for education, it's, kahit merit ka na, you can be, you can be, accepted given the chance.
So, who convinced you sa pag-take
Actually,
education?
it's a calling. We are family of teachers. She's my sister, also a teacher here. My mother is a teacher. My in-laws are teachers also. So I think it's really a calling on my part. Because this siguro talaga yung mission ko. Yeah. Day as your always last day. Ganun palagi. If ever there is something good that I can do today, let me do it. Now, for I shall not pass this way again. Yun ang mga talagang principles na I always uphold to. Yes, those are both. Pero sa pag-education naman, I always admire Maria Montessori with regards to the philosophy of Tabula Rasa. Always, once you become a principal, actually, I started as a teacher, then for 9 years I've been a teacher, then promoted to master teacher 1, and then to a head teacher. Then, kasi sa field of education, 2 lines siya eh. You can be a master teacher or you proceed to the administrative. So I prefer to be an administrator because I know that I can be of service to others. Kasi pag master teacher, you are confined only in one room. But if you are a principal, you are within the community na ang laki ng sasakupin mo na mga involvement. Yes, there comes a time na pag there are many challenges kasi ang life din ng student parang masaya, mas masarap pa nga yung ganito nag-earn ka na. Pag estudyante kasi, it's full of challenges. Sometimes you have to be emotionally mature to handle all the situations that you encounter. Kasi it's not easy ang maging estudyante, di ba? Imagine handling 21 units, overload, everything, meeting different kinds of people. Hindi naman forever na nasa black section ka. Usually, pag nag-a-advance ka ng usually pag international section ka, you meet different kinds of people, different kinds of personality, kailangan mo i-adjust din ang sarili mo. That's the most challenging part ng estudyante. We have that
philosophy na sa ano na reading rate. Halimbawa, for example, sa grade 1, pag hindi pa na-reach ng bata yung level of reading ability, yung reading readiness, di ba? Kahit anong gawin mo, yes. Pag yung hindi pa na-reach yung talagang maturity niya. For example na lang, sa paghahawak ng pencil, di ba? Sa preschool, usually we record the jumbo. Big pencil. Kasi nga, especially yung dexterity ng hands niya, pag hindi pa talaga prepare, hindi pa niya kayang pwedeng maghawak ng mga ganito na plain, ano. So, kung hindi pa na-reach talaga yung level ng maturity, we cannot force a child to learn. I'm a very friendly person, down to earth, very good in establishing rapport. Madali akong mag-trust, and that's my strength. And I easily trust people. Yung maraming connections, you know. Kasi with this kind of work that you have to be very patient, very heartwarming, and very approachable. Kasi you are dealing with stakeholders, not only the parents, the pupils, the teachers as well, the community, and NGOs, everybody. So you have to be very open to them, and everything na talagang they can easily approach you whenever there are problems, kasi it really goes for this profession that we have. Sentimental person. I'm easily affected by bad news. Yung parang madali akong very sensitive kasi that's my nature sa Pisces. I'm a Pisces. I was born on March 7. Kahit sa TV pa lang, yung MMK, my tears easily. Very emotional talaga ako. That's my weakness. Kahit nagsasalita ako, kahit I was given the chance to be a guest speaker in a kinder. At just kung di pa ako nakaka-start speech ko, I was crying na. I cannot control my emotions kasi naalala ko yung past experiences ko during my childhood kasi 4 years old pa lang ako, namatay ng father ko. Yung kapatid ko, 3 years old siya. And my youngest brother, he's 3 months pregnant ang mother ko. And our mother is a teacher, tinamamiyak natin. So, talagang nabuhay kami ng truth. Sacrifice. And you probably helped me a lot. Kasi I spent my elementary and high school there. Modesty aside, I was the valedictorian in elementary and high school in Lupang during my time, 1976 and 1980. And I'm the eldest in the family. Number 1 is child-friendly school, wherein it is accessible to everybody. Na yung child na yun, once na pag-enter lang niya sa gate ng school, mapifeel niya yung ambience na it's second home. Yung parang pagpasok lang niya sa gate, this is my second home. Parang ayaw mo nang umuwi kasi na-enjoy ka sa school na to. And the teachers are very competent. The school head is very transparent, and then yung parang yung attitude niya towards his work, talagang may commitment and dedication among the teachers as well. And the parents, very cooperative sa activities ng school. Sana magkaroon tayo ng ganun. Pero marami naman nag-schools na ganun talaga. Kaya lang, individual personalities ulit. Individual differences, yun ang problema. Kasi when I was a principal before, I always, if you face your people, your teachers or subordinates, palaging may legal basis. Do not, for example, I'll give you a situation. You are facing the parents. All of the guidelines dapat ng Parents Teachers Association, you are fully equipped and you are fully knowledge. Kasi once na may questions na nag-crop up, meron kang legal basis na ipipresent sa kanila that these are the guidelines that we're following with regards to our association. Same too with the teachers. You, based on the Republic Act 1965 na the Governance Basic Education Act, yun ang legal basis ng mga authorities mo, mga roles mo, functions mo as a school head. And they cannot question with that. Because it's legal talaga. So, So, everything must be, mayroong palaging legal basis ka. That will be your baseline data when you face people and wala kang katatakutan. Aside from the depend orders that when I was a classroom teacher before, hindi ako namamado actually. Kasi bawal talaga yung corporal punishment. So, for example, I'm teaching a particular lesson. Hate na hate nilang mathematics. Yun yung talagang tinuro ko eh. If yung class, pag maingay na, nagsasilent lang ako. And then I tell them, class, the door is open. Those who are interested to learn, stay. And those who are not interested to learn, the door is open, you can go out. Parang makakaroon din sila ng pagkahiya yung mga estudyante eh. So, you can get them, makukuha sila sa salita lang eh. But if you think na parang na-aggravate na yung anger mo, you just go out and take a fresh breath outside. Oh, the world is good, the world is beautiful. Why should I be stressed? Lalabas ka na lang para to avoid conflict sa mga estudyante. Kasi ang dami talagang pasaway at this moment. Iba na yung generation ngayon compared to our generations before. The set of students now, I don't know what kind of attitude they have. It's really a big difference. But I grew up in a private school kasi, di ba? I don't know the situation when it comes to the public school during their elementary years.
Siguro po kasi may luna tayo ngayon, di ba, yung mga bata, alam na rin nila yung right nila. Kaya
Yes.
siguro lumalaki na rin.
Hindi naman. Sometimes kasi we have parents who are consentidors. Yes. Kahit na kinanon mo lang yung bata, exaggerate na eh. Yes. To the extent na may mga parents talaga na kuwakwartahan ka yung teacher. Ay, syempre, ano ka ba settlement, magbabayad ka.
Tapos influence na rin siguro mga advanced technology.
Yes. Yes.
Nag-iiba din yung mga
And values. Sometimes nga, because we're too preoccupied with the gadgets especially, mawawala na yung family bonding ng family. Kaya medyo kahit may catechist sa schools na nagtuturo, yung breeding pa rin ng bata ang determinant factor yan kung ano siya. Kasi kahit anong gawin mo sa school, ang daming values, good manners and right conduct, values formation, etc. etc. When they go back to their homes, pareho pa rin. Parang wala yung tinuro mo, di ba? Kasi back to normal siya eh. Pagdating sa school, medyo nare-regulate yung characters niya, yung moods niya, or whatever na kuwan. Pero pagbalik hiyawan, sampalan, nag-aaway ang family, ang laking factor din nun. Kaya yung bata, yun yung start ng bullying. Pag sa background niya, sa home background, hindi maganda ang family background niya, nadadala niya yun sa eskwelahan at naging violent siya. We are living in a highly competitive world. Ang dami, kailangan maging updated ka. You will be facing some children who are really advanced. Lalo na pag sa private schools, baka mas magaling pa nga yung estudyante sa'yo. Nakaka-humiliating naman on your part as a teacher na mas magaling pa yung estudyante kaysa sa'yo. It's not only a one book behind, many. Dapat maging advanced ka sa lahat. And besides, we have different sets of pupils now. Talagang they are really very aggressive, nag-explore, very curious of everything that they have in the environment. Kung patay kang teacher, for example, you're handling grade 1, your children will be bored. Kung hindi ka creative, resourceful na teacher, di ba? Dapat maging innovative ka, resourceful ka sa mga tapos, dapat ma-update ka sa latest trends in education. Kaya nga, you are pursuing master's and doctoral degrees, di ba? Kasi you really need those, not only for promotion basis, kasi kailangan talaga, but to upgrade yourself and to compete with the others. Ngayon, alam nyo ba, plain teacher is a doctoral degree holder na. Plain teacher pa lang yan. You see the competition na, very stiff ang competition sa education. Alam mo, I met an article in Inquirer with regards to bullying. Sabi dito bullying is not a one-off event. The physical, verbal, emotional, and psychological harassment can go on indefinitely unless and until adults and responsible people take notice. Sabi niya dito. The intensity of bullying could lead to aggression. The bully can also kill or it can lead the bullied to commit suicide. Ang ganda ng ano na I will share it with you. Kasi patent inquirer. Kasi sometimes naman, marami talagang bully mga estudyante natin, ano, pero I was not a victim of this. Kaya lang, kahit sa mga grade 1, ako yung mga grade 6, pero I never encountered during my time when I was a classroom teacher. So I'm very lucky na hindi ako naka-encounter ng mga ganyan na. Lead where your heart is. You go for your heart. Where your passion, you go for it. Kasi, this is a noble service, education. Hindi tayo yaman sa education, di ba? Yung, katulad ko, pag nami-meet ko, when I meet my students, minsan I met a student in one of the stores, sabi, Ma'am, you were our principal, you are my teacher, and naging successful siya. The inner part of my heart, yung parang achievement mo yun. Oh, you have made that big difference in the life of this child. Yun lang ang konsuelo natin. Halimbawa, nakasakay ka ng jeep. Ma'am, naging teacher kita. You were my favorite teacher. Ganyan. Salamat, ma'am, kasi ganyan. You teach us everything on the values of hard work, good education. Pina-harvest na nila. Yun lang ang achievement. Yun lang ang may pagmamalaki natin na as a teacher, you had made a big difference in the lives of other people na hindi mo kaano-ano. Diba? And you are teaching them, you are leaving a legacy actually. You are leaving a legacy na ano ang magandang output mo pag nag-graduate ka, ano ang magandang magiging outcome mo pag laki mo, na-achieve mo yung mga goals mo. Yun lang ang biggest na legacy natin na may bibigyan natin sa ating mga estudyante. Not the material things, but as an achiever ka, as a teacher, kasi you have seen the fruits of your yung mga paghihirak mo, sacrifices sa mga estudyante mo na. Yun lang. Kaya na pag I meet my teachers sa UPAM, sabi ko, Mom, thank you very much sa lahat. Wala kami kaya pag when we have reunions, it's about time to say gratitude sa mga mentors mo before na wala ka dito kung wala sila noon na nag-guide sa'yo. Yun lang ang mabigyan mo.
Minsan pinangarap ng susunod na tampok na guro maging miyembro ng Philippine Military Academy. Sa kasamaang palad, dala ng malabong paningin ang pangarap na iyon ay magiging pangarap na lamang. Ngunit patuloy na lumaban si Manuel Meneses Ferrer. Hindi nagpatalo sa pagsubok sa buhay, bagkus lumaban. Hindi man siya nakapasok sa PMA, nakapagtapos naman siya ng Bachelor of Elementary Education bilang cum laude sa Pangasinan State University, Lingayen Campus taong 1997. Sa kaparehong taon, naging ganap na siyang guro nang maipasa niya ang licensure examination for teacher. Oktubre ng taong 1998, napabilang na siya sa mga bagong guro ng Salapingaw Elementary School hanggang sa naging principal siya. Dahil sa naniniwala siyang ang edukasyon at karunungan ay patuloy na proseso, nakamit niya ang kanyang master degree taong 2010 sa Lyceum Northwestern University. Sa kasalukuyan, siya ay Principal 4 ng mababang paaralan ng Bunuan Bukid sa lungsod ng Dagupan.
Well, education was not my first choice. I prefer to enter in the military, particularly in Air Force. But because of my eye defect, my vision is not 20/20 of the perfect vision, so I was disqualified. So from that, I switched to education course. philosophy in life is that each individual is a unique individual who needs secure, caring, and loving atmosphere, then in which to grow them emotionally, intellectually, physically, and socially. Yes, that is our mandate as a principal. You know that we have our aura. Aura stands for authority, responsibility, and accountability. In every decision that we make, there is always the accountability that attached to it. I was not able to experience any frustration as a teacher. Considering my age, I was able to experience the position of Master Teacher 1, Master Teacher 2, Principal 1, 3, and 4 as shortest possible time. So I think there's no frustration. Because education is the only solution in order to achieve your goal in life. So don't give up, never say that. You cannot force the student to learn. You have to make strategies to divert your techniques so that your pupils will learn in such a manner that they will not be forced, but instead they will learn through fun games like that, or any other activities that would they will feel that they are enjoying their learning. That's right. Perhaps I could say that my greatest strength is that my positive attitude towards work. Positive. Always think positive. You can do it. You can do it. My weakness truly is that my kids, my family, if they are sad, if they are lonely, I'm also very affected.
Lalo na sir, pag dito sa work mo sir,
Yes. Yes.
hindi sila nabibigyan ng time.
Hindi ko kayang makita ang anak na naiiyak ako talaga. Kahit anong sakit, kakayanin para sa anak. Yun yung mismo. Panghihina ko sa mga bata. I would like to create a child-friendly, eco-friendly school. For me, if it is child-friendly and eco-friendly, that is almost complete. That is my ideal school. Child-friendly, meaning to say, shoutless, stickless school. You are not using any violent techniques to the pupils. The eco-friendly naman, if you say eco-friendly, that is love for the environment. Recycling, reduce, reuse. To inculcate in their minds the love of nature, love of the environment. you yourself will serve as the model. What your thought, kung ano yung sinasabi mo, yun ang gawin mo, so that you can impose authority and discipline to your subordinates. Yun na. Who handles the inside the classroom? The teacher. So you have to coach your teacher. The term now is coaching, no more supervising, no more what do you call that? Coaching is the right term. You coach your teacher on classroom discipline. Then your teacher will be the one to take charge to their respective duties.
Not by supervising.
Not by, kasi iba na ngayon, kasi dati-rati ang tingin nila pag principal. Nakakatakot. Ang dating niya parang miskapya. Pero hindi na. Parang yung collegial lang eh. Collegial lang.
Kasi dati sir, di ba, nagkakaroon ng principal.
Democratic na tayo yun.
Parang ano, yan na si sir.
Dictatorship, authoritarian.
So ngayon more on ano sir, talaga yung communication. Open ang relationship.
Yung nag-top sa sa National Achievement Test sa Leyte, yun yung napanggol ko sa Jessica Soho. Yung technique ng mga bata doon, iba yung pagtuturo ng mga teachers. Dinadaan lahat yung mga lessons through games. Puro laro ang ginagawa ng bata, hindi nila namamalayan, natututo sila. Doon sila nag-top somewhere in Leyte. Hindi ko alam kung anong division and what school. Maliit lang na school siya. Even in their flag ceremony, the usual common practice during exercise, yung morning calisthenics, ginagawa nila doon is multiplication table. 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 times 2 equals 2. Up to 9 times 1. Ganun. Grabe. May ano sila, may
strategy.
Ano ito hindi pa pwede i-allow? Ibang school parang ganun.
Pwede naman. That's why yesterday, during our third staff conference between the public and the private schools, nagkaroon ng ranking o not results, ranking. Nirank kami. Labo-labo, public, private. Most of the top notchers came from public schools. Nag-react ngayon mga private. Posible. Yung quality of education is much higher in private. Yung quality mas mataas pa kaysa sa public. Pinagbibintangan ngayon yung mga public school na mayroong dishonesty doon sa nangyaring examination. Pero depensa naman ng mga supervisors, hindi pwedeng ano yan kasi silyado lahat yung mga expressions. So, among the top notcher schools, isa doon nag-top yung dating school ko. So, hindi ako nakasagot kasi nasa program ako yesterday, kaya hindi ako nakapag-depend. Nandun din si Dennis, si Sorninyo. Isa din siyang gigil na gigil daw. Gigil na gigil. Kasi ang nilis niya, ang issue is on learning competencies. Yung mga ibang subjects, walang learning competencies na ini-issue on the field. While yung ibang subject naman meron. Kaya nagkakaroon ng discrepancy.
Hindi siya parang based on performance ng students?
Students.
Exam na yun?
Yung exam na yun. Not grade 3, national achievement test. for grade 3 and for grade 6. Ang matataas is public. Kaya galit yung mga private schools kahapon.
All over the Philippines.
All over the Philippines yung examination, pero yung result throughout the whole Pacific.
By division.
By division. This is mandatory for a teacher to engage to professional development. Why? Continuous learning. Continuous. Kahit matanda na tayo, ganoon pa rin. Paano ka makakapagturo kung hindi ka mana-upgrade? So, ganoon. Advice can I impart you as students? Just do your, very simple, just do your work, do your job. Study hard. Wala na kayong ibang iisipin. Trabaho lang, isipin nyo. Kaya nyo yan. Kasi, sabi nga nila the poorest man in this world is a man without a dream.
Naniniwala ang susunod na tampok na guro na ang lahat ng Pilipino ay dapat maging edukado. Pinangarap ni Myrel Angelica Lopez na kumuha ng medical course, ngunit dala ng kahirapan, mas dinais niyang kumuha ng Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Sa kasalukuyan, siya ay nakatalaga bilang Administrative Officer ng Dagupan Division.
My original course, I wanted to take up when I graduated in the high school. Of course, I wanted to take up any medical courses. But then, since my family could not afford it, and so my sister enrolled me in a liberal arts department where I graduated AD Political Science. And then eventually we had the elective wherein I've chosen to be part of the education department. So I went to the education department, and there, the dean there was Ma'am Marino. So she told me that why not graduate education, since because eventually when I get into a job, they would be looking for my diploma in education, as well as being able to take the exam for teacher. So that made me pursue education. Well, since we are here in education, we wanted, of course, that all Filipinos are educated, and be it young or old Filipinos are going to school and learn even the basic ones. No, I don't want to, because my name will also be at stake. So I wanted everything to be with precautious, and I wanted to give a decision which I think everybody will be benefited. Well, if as a teacher, my frustrating part was I did not give myself early promotion. Of course not. I was not that person who gives up easily. To what extent can it cause them? Well, as a teacher, you are learning from those philosophies of education, those strategies that you have been learning in education, and being mother as well, being a sister to each of your school children, you'll be able to let them learn, because I don't think that a person, when motivated properly, will not be able to learn even the basic ones. My greatest strength, according to the people who knew me, I had a great humor in my life, and I make somebody, I can crack jokes, but even to that extent that these jokes are, maybe if you're a deep person, can easily get it, and that my sense of humor is siguro it also made me strong, that even those heavy trials that I had, that I can lighten up my from my daily life, that I don't take things as if they're burden. My weakness, most probably, I get weak when I don't get what I like. As if, of course, everybody gets weak when you're frustrated. So I think I don't want to get frustrated, so I don't want to feel weak. School. How I wish I can have a school. Most probably, an ideal school for me is that if all the pupils or students in that school will be able to learn the basic things which they have to learn and apply it in their daily living, then it's very ideal. Of course, we do not impose authority. We could probably impose discipline. We can impose discipline by because these days students are well protected by the so-called social workers and the like, or the government, are very protective to our individuals, that sometimes the parents as well goes with it. But of course, as a teacher, perhaps we can probably discipline them in a way that they still have what we call this, their how would you say it? You discipline them as well as you get respect from them. This is probably not hitting them. Only if you can speak to them in a nice way, because they too are individuals who are created by God. So they need, probably these people need some more attention than the others. So we need not castigate them, but instead, if they could not, in my own opinion, you cannot, if you can't get them in a lighter way, do it in a heavy way. Not all people are equal. There are individual differences. So if this person could be disciplined in a lighter way, the other person is not. So you have to have different ways of disciplining them. professional development. That's very important. You see, because you are educating people. You are educating, be it younger generations or older generations, so that they will be able to gain more from you. Of course, you have to educate yourself first, because according to the saying, you cannot give what you do not have. So if you won't be engaging in a professional development, definitely you cannot share anything which is on or updated events or updated informations which you're supposed to transfer to your learners. The present even then, only perhaps this bullying is part of those kulang sa pansin, as they say. So, of course, when these people are kulang sa pansin in their homes, that's the time they bully other people, right? So I guess when we say bullying, this is an actions that a certain individual does to a certain people out of inggit or out of envy. So they bully another person because they think they don't have the qualities of the other person. So they bully the other person so that this person is good in the school probably loses his attention or loses his interest into the school. So I think that's bullying. Promising educators. It's not it's not a profession for everybody. It's not a profession for those who have very low or for low-income people, because you will be educating other people once you've learned education, taking up education. So I think for an education graduate to become successful in his chosen career, well, probably I would advise that, this is for me, based from my experience as an educator, it is not just a profession, actually. Probably it's a vocation, wherein a person who engages in educating others should have a commitment to such a profession, because I think when you wanted to become a teacher, it's really innate in you that you can discipline a certain individual. Because if you can't discipline, just like now that these pupils are very hard to discipline, actually, it's quite different probably when I was still very young, that the teacher would just be looking at you and you would be very quiet. But now, if your temper is so low, please do not take education. If you tend to, if you think that you do not have any, if you can hold, if you can manage 5 or more person, or especially younger generations, please do not take education. Because it would take a lot of patience to be a teacher. It would take a lot of information, knowledge, patience, initiatives to become an educator. And if you do not have qualities of a mother, then you can't be an educator. Because your first teacher is your mother, your parents, probably your father. If you can't have those qualities of a good parent, then I could say that you cannot join the group where we are now.
Mula sa kanyang pagmamahal sa mga kabataan, ang mga munting tinig na nangangailangan ng kalinga pagmamahal mula sa mga pangalawang ama at ina, ninais ni Rizal Cancino ang maging isang simpleng guro. Siya ay nakapagtapos ng Bachelor in Elementary Education sa Pangasinan State University taong 1992 at ng kanyang Master degree at Doctor of Philosophy degree sa Urdaneta City University. Sa kasalukuyan, siya ay nanunungkulan bilang Education Program Supervisor sa lungsod ng Dagupan.
I prefer to take up course, but because
Yes,
of
yes,
our
yes.
fees,
So now,
some relatives advise me to take up the education. So,
wala kayo,
bumagsak ako sa
so
education.
kailangan,
Not
no,
medical.
laban, and then,
Educational philosophy, I always tell to myself na you have to aim high to achieve more. Rest saver, in some instances, pag talagang pinakailangan, all of these things, you really have to do it. As teacher, actually wala naman siyang talagang prescribed during my years of teaching in the elementary. Siguro I have some frustrating instances when I was those were the days na yung mga standard mo, yung mga responsibilities that you cannot please them, yung mga ganang days and days. But you cannot please everybody. Medyo talagang discipline. We should not force our students to learn. We need to motivate them. That's the very first thing na dapat mag-basic namin as a teacher. Being a teacher, only for colleges, to motivate them, encourage them to learn, but not force them to learn. Giving my best in everything that I do. Yeah, in some other ways. I want to have a competitive school, and a performing school, and I prefer to have more on a quality outcome of the school. Mas maganda yung konting mga prestigious leader, sabi mo naman. They should always be accessible. I should do what I say and not what I say. Dapat yung standard mo, ano yung sinasabi mo, ginagawa mo. Hindi yung, gawin niyo ito. Ako hindi kasi I will do that. That should be always as an example in the every time at the beginning of the school year, I always set targets. Sinasabi ko na lahat. Para at least during the duration of the school year, yun ay sinusunod namin. First and foremost, they have to attend to training. They have to be prepared for changes in the educational system. added to that, kung kakayanin, they should pursue their graduate studies and be professional na. Ano mga importante sa atin? Be professional.
Ibig sabihin naman, hindi nag-stop with
No, as a teacher, it's a continuous process. Or else, wala kang magbibigay sa mga estudyante mo. Kahit nga grade 1 ka kailangan, especially if you have so many there will be changes in the curriculum, sa mga material, kailangan mo ba, okay, maluluwa ka,
even though your age now, they are required to back, they are undergoing seminars,
yes, especially now that we are on the transition stage of the K-12 curriculum. Gusto man nila o hindi, they will have to do. Right? Sabihin ko ba yung next year, they don't like this or else paano nila may ibigay yung tamang instruction. Trending ang bullying sa pero before
kasi yung mga ngayon, trend ng mga bata.
sa comedian. May siguro tinatawag. Ang sabi nila, sabi siguro.
Bata pa lang, modernize na already.
Correct. Because of the children's rights, pero yung mga ano ko lang na.
So, maraming mga parents
First is you should have a strong determination. And of course, if you are an educator, dapat mahal mo. Or else you don't have a place in the educational system kung hindi mo mahal yung bata. Because in our educational system now, we are on the quiet field ang mga bata, ang boss. And focus. And love siguro, at first kasi kung kaya na unit taker kayo na una dapat ang i-focus yung makapasa. That's the first thing. Kumasa, and then after that, and then prior to that passing, dapat inaayos nila yung mga grades nila. Kasi kahit kung nasa kaman, ang mga grades ng mga bata, it will still affect it during the ranking.
What particularly sa
Yeah, so transcript. Kasi may point din naman yun. Pagka ina-average din pagdating ang kaya din sa'yo. And then, yung rating ninyo sa'yo. And then, special skill, they should be computer level. Wala namang mga graduate yan, hindi computer level. Yung mga matatanda na, hindi computer level. No problem with our personal way. And then, there is one thing na binibigyan ng focus sa skills natin. Yung mga all-curriculum mga yun. Pero yung mga kayo, and then during your, one is the interview and conversation.
Teacher is a fountain of knowledge and a paragon of virtue. They are the compatriot of students. Primarily, teachers are the ones who hone the students' skills, push them to their full potential, and cultivate their minds. Ang guro ay taong may maraming hinaharap sa sarili, sa pamilya, at sa trabaho. Gayunpaman, kinakaya niya ang lahat ng responsibilidad upang ang profesyong sinumpaan ay manatiling sagrado. Inaari niyang dugo at laman ang bawat mag-aaral, nagbibigay ng payo na aakay sa matuwid na daan. Binibigyan niya ng magandang kinabukasan ang lahat ng mag-aaral. Ganyan ang guro, pasyon niya ang pagtuturo. kaibigan, magulang, at bayan kung siya ay paituturing. Kapamilya, paano nga ba maging guro? Ang malaman mong guro ka talaga, ang malaman at gawin ang mga responsibilidad mo, ang humingi ng gabay lagi sa guro ng mga guro, ang maging tunay na guro sa sarili mo bago ka lumabas at hangaring magturo sa iba. Yan ang guro. Muli, ako po si Chacha Santos Concho. Magandang gabi, kapamilya.
This song is for those who inspire us today, who always lend a helping hand to help show us the way. This song is for those who see their students through the tough times in their lives. For that we say thank you. You have made a difference. You have shaped our minds. You have changed the world, one child at a time. You have always been there in everything you do. I hope that you're as proud of me as I am proud of you. This song is for those who heard the silent cries, who stepped in to wipe the tears from the children's eyes. For those who gave us a safe place to grow, a place for us to call our home. Forever we will know that you have made a difference. You have shaped our minds. You have changed the world, one child at a time. You have always been there in everything you do. I hope that you're as proud of me as I am proud of you. This song is for those who taught us right from wrong, who taught us much more than their craft to help our minds grow strong. This song is for those who guide us through and through, so that we can make a life for that we say.
Ang malaman mong guro ka talaga, ang malaman at gawin ang mga responsibilidad mo. Isa pa din eh! Magkano pa yan? Minsan pinangarap. Tumas ang bonus ko. Minsan pinangarap ng susulatampok na guro. Ang malaman mong guro ka talaga, ang malaman at gawin ang mga responsibilidad bilang guro, ang humingi ng gabay lagi sa guro ng mga guro, ang maging tunay na guro sa sarili mo bago ka lumabas at humangaring magturo sa iba. Mali ako.